Hello and welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. I know it's Christmas Eve, but the content never stops here, so it's time for another starting 11 prediction video. It's a big week and it starts with the Aberdeen game. I've even managed to dig out a new t-shirt for it. This is courtesy of the guys over at teesfortims.com, so hop over there, link it up in the video description below. Check out the full range. They've got some great stuff, and we'll get going with this starting 11. So in goals, we'll go with Craig Gordon. It was interesting to see Scott Bain come in on Saturday against Dundee. Thought he didn't have a lot to do, but he's a very competent goalkeeper. We know that. I don't think a manager so much as rests a goalkeeper. I think he was just giving Scott Bain some game time. We've seen him in the Betfred Cup. And I think Brendan Rodgers is just mindful of the fact that he's a good goalkeeper and he's got that option there to play him as well. So I'd love to know what you think about this. Let us know in the comments. Who do you prefer, Gordon or Bain? We know that Bain's a lot better with his feet, but I think this being a big game coming into this week, I think he'll go with Craig Gordon in there. On the right back, Mikael Lustig, I expect him to come back in. We've seen Anthony Ralston against Marlow and against Dundee. He played really well, to be fair to him. He's done his place in the squad no harm with those performances. I think he kind of fell away after the loan spell at Dundee United, but he was very good. He even looked a real threat going forward. He got his goal against Motherwell, obviously. Could have had one or two at the weekend against Dundee as well. So he's done well, but Aberdeen, we know it's a tough game. We've seen it in the cup final, and I think Brendan Rodgers is going to bring in the big hitters back for this one. Lustig should be fine from his concussion that he suffered in the Salzburg game, and I expect him to come back in. And joining him back in the team at centre half will be Dedrick Boyata, back from his hamstring injury that's kept him out for a few weeks. That will really help us because I think we've missed Boyata big time. I think we've seen it with Jozo coming in. The games we've dropped points, like at Fir Park and Easter Road, we've seen that we've really missed having Boyata in there. He's such a stabilising influence. His partnership with Benkovic has been brilliant, and I think him coming back in there, no disrespect to Jozo, but I just think he's a better player. So Dedrick will be back in there, and alongside him, of course, it'll be Benkovic. Another great display on Saturday there against Dundee. Got his goal as well. We've just got to enjoy having him while it lasts, because we know that we're going to be faced with losing him back to Leicester in the summer. On the left back, and it'll of course be Kieran Tierney. It won't be Emilio Izagirre, despite the guy with the bonnet for Saturday's video. That was a strange one. That's probably the strangest comment that we've had in the whole time doing this so far. There's no chance Emilio Izagirre is a better left back than Kieran Tierney. He'll be back from his hip injury, and we really need him. I think we've seen at Easter Road, Izagirre struggling to play in that sort of wing back position. He looks a lot more comfortable in a 4, to be fair to him, but I think Katie's just a different animal. Much better defensively, and even going forward, I think he offers a lot more. He's got a lot more energy, and he'll be back in there for the big games this week. Brings us on to midfield. Again, it's a well-known conundrum. It's been laboured to the past 2 or 3 months. Callum McGregor, the first name in there, captain to the side on Saturday. I'm going to put him in the deeper role, where I think he's at his best, as we've seen. Good to see Ryan Christie come back off the bench from his injury on Saturday. You know what you're getting with Christie. We've seen it in the past 2 months since he broke into the team. So much energy, intensity, driving forward. He's a goal threat, and I'm going to put him in there. I think in these deeper two, we've seen Cham play in the past few weeks when Christie's been out. I think he's going to drop out in Cham. He's not done enough for me the past few weeks. I think it's strange with Cham. I think you either get him absolutely brilliant or not very good. There never seems to be an in-between. So I think he'll drop out. I think Christie will come in, and in front of them in the 10th position, I'm going to go with Tom Rogic. He's got a great record against Aberdeen. He's probably not in his best form just now, but I think because we're going to lose him for the derby on Saturday, I think that he'll play in there. Brendan Rodgers has confirmed that he will take some part in this game, and I expect him to start. That does leave Scott Brown out, but on the bench as he was on Saturday. We know what kind of game Aberdeen will try and make it. We've seen it in the cup final. They'll try and make it scrappy. They'll try and make it a battle, and we'll probably need Scott Brown in there because he brings those qualities. But I think he'll start on the bench for this one again, like we've seen in the cup final, because I think that three gives us a lot of energy in there, a lot of creativity. And it'll really speed the play up for us, so I think we'll go with that three, and I expect Brown to play a big part in the game. On the right wing, James Forrest, of course, always is every week. Been brilliant this season. I think he's just came off the boil a little bit the past 2 or 3 weeks. It's probably a bit unfair to expect that October-November form from him every single week, but James will be out on the right hand side. On the left, it'll be Scott Sinclair. I think he'll keep his place. I think we've seen a much better performance from Sinclair on Saturday. There's obviously this never-ending debate about whether he'll get back to the form he had in the first season. But I think, we've just got to forget about that now and just deal with what we've got now. Week to week, it's just about him putting in the best performances that he can. And I think he put in a really good performance on Saturday. Just lacked that final killer instinct in front of goal, but he was much more positive. He was driving at the full back. He was beating players, creating a lot of chances. He got an assist for Johnson's second goal. It was a much better performance from Sinclair, so I expect him to keep his place. And that brings us to the striker debate. Mikey Johnson, I thought he was terrific on Saturday. Showed a real maturity considering that he's naturally a winger. It's not his trade to be a striker, but he does have a goal scoring instinct. I thought he took his first goal really well, and it was good to see him using his head for his second goal, being in the right place at the right time. He could have had a hat-trick. He's a constant threat, but I just think with this being away at Aberdeen, it'll be a really physical game. It'll be a tough game. We know all about Aberdeen, and I think Brendan Rodgers will bring Edouard in. He is back from that abductor injury that he picked up. Brendan Rodgers said that he could potentially have been alright for the weekend, but they weren't going to risk it. With these two big games coming up, I think he'll go back with Edouard just to have that natural striker on the park. That's such a big thing for us. Johnson will be a great asset for us off the bench. As I've touched on, such great form he showed in those two games. So he'll be a great option for us. That's the team. That's the team I've went with. Let us know what you think. Let us know who you think will be in the starting 11. And don't forget to drop in the comments what do you think about the goalkeeping situation. Do you think we'll see Bain perhaps more regularly during the rest of the season, or do you think it will still be sparingly? Let us know what you think about that. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. Thank you so much for the support that we've had so far. It's been absolutely amazing. We're approaching 10,000 subscribers, so thank every single one of you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing. Thank you so much. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you at Pittodrie on Wednesday. Hail, hail.